Yes, dear friends, my children, my kids, we have a special meeting today dedicated to hello and quiet. And I'm going to be a priest. I will make sure that no evil will be in this room. But prior to starting our meeting, I will give a word to Vadim, who will provide some technical stuff to you guys. Okay, Vadim, it's your turn.
Ouch. Okay, so hi everyone. I decided to come today as a student on the brink of depression, very sad, finishing my master thesis, and at last sort of nerve that I have, sort of something that keeps me in this world is today's meeting, which I was invited to organize once again with Matrona Zarenko, who is also a counterpart. He's the person holding this the stool so that I don't fall and choke myself. Anyway, today I want to go over some technical stuff once again. Perhaps we have some people who haven't seen it or haven't heard about how we have our meeting. So we have two sides to it, in person, like people here, and online. The means of communication between us here with you is this microphone. For the people in here, make sure you have this microphone with you. You can clip it on your clothes. Don't speak directly into it. It's going to be bad quality. Have it somewhere here. If you can clip it, just make sure you hold it somewhere half a meter away from your mouth, speaking parts. Now, for the people online, we're going to always hear you. As you can see, we have fantastic projector this time. And the only thing that I want you to pay attention to is keep in mind is there will be delay between when you're being asked a question from the Toastmaster in person and when you're going to answer. Make sure you wait 5 to 10 seconds before you speak. While you do that, we're going to turn off this microphone and turn on the speaker, and then we will be able to hear you. It's just our setup. Keep in mind. And I think this is all we have. We've heard people from online, and the quality is fantastic. So, what do they say for the Halloween? Our pastor gonna say, "God bless you," and I hope bless this meeting. We gotta start.
Yeah, thank you, Vadim. Thank you for providing this technical stuff. We can use these technical issues for our guest Toastmasters and participants. Just let me just clip it to my cross, just a second. So, my dear kids, my dear children, so as far as I know, any of you, so guests shouldn't be introduced, and with no further delay, I'm going to move forward to opening of our meeting. But I'll do it in a special way. So in the name of the Father, Toastmaster International, in the name of the Son, Dnipro hails, in the name of the Holy Spirit, your immortal souls, I order all evil, get out of this room. I declare our meeting opened. So with that said, I'm going to pass the control to our Toastmaster. And today's, it's not simply a Toastmaster, there's a queen. Hello. Please welcome Nataly Parubocha.
Father, forgive me.
After the meeting, I don't know whether you will deserve it. Just we'll see after the meeting. I will just forward everything you are going to do here. If you break some rules, if you make some things, you will be punished. So
I will definitely break some rules, but I hope you will forgive me after the meeting.
After the meeting, perhaps. We'll just
Perhaps.
Perhaps. We'll make sure you are forgiven, of course.
I have gifts.
For me, to bribe me. Okay.
No. But to praise you.
Praise
for your great full of forgiveness. You're so full of forgiveness.
Mhm. Okay.
May I have that?
Yes. Sorry, it's for you. Thanks.
And the meeting has begun. Hello, dear Toastmasters and welcome guests. Welcome to our hilarious event. I am afraid of the dark. Please raise your hand. Who is afraid of the dark? Would you mind afraid of the dark? Please raise your hand. Okay. I don't as well. I'm really happy that you have crawled through that long night, the longest in this year. And you managed to come here to join us online and let us start. And no one can stop us and call to an order, except for the Toastmasters, because our today's meeting is also stick to our structure. So we are having 3 parts of the meeting: speeches part, table topics part, and the evaluation. And after the evaluation, we are going to have a special part. We are going to have awards part, and also we're having the costume contest today. So please relax and have fun today. And by the way, do you remember that TV series when teenagers would gather in the forest and tell themselves scary stories by the fire? If someone not, I have some frightful facts for you. And the first one is, do you know why there are no floors in Japan? Do you know? Because of the tetraphobia, the fear of the number 4. Because the number 4, sounds very close to the word death in Japanese language. But he knows, and he can he can say that it's true. And if we had the same fear in Ukraine, here in our Western world, in general, we wouldn't have 13 floors. And we wouldn't, and the residential building I live in that has number 13, and my floor that is also number 13, they wouldn't exist. I wouldn't have place there to live at. So we are having now a person who knows more about numbers. And he's going to introduce his role now. And it is our Time Lord, Alexander Bogdan. Welcome here. And don't forget about your cards. Microphone. Microphone. I think you have deserved it.
Thank you very much. Well, actually, I think all of you are pretty much familiar with the rules. Let me just spin it very quickly. Okay. I have 3 of these beautiful cards. Everything's very simple. So, and as far as I know, I will be timing only the table topics, if I'm not wrong. So that is why this card is 2 minutes, which is a good result. Sorry, 1 minute, which is a good result. This is 2 minutes, and this you will get when you go over 2 minutes. So everything is very simple. I think the rules are very straightforward, and I hope you will notice me. And if you don't, I will signal once again. So thank you, and I'm returning the microphone.
Yes, thank you so much. And by the way, the yellow card is 1 minute and
1 minute.
1 minute and a half.
You say perfect with numbers.
Once in a beautiful countryside by the old castle, a beautiful countess lived. And all the people in her county stayed aside of her because she was afraid of her. She believed that she would stay beautiful and young for 200 years because she would she would drink the blood of sheep and even people, because people would disappear in their country. And when the family of wolves was found who were eating people, they would go on believing that. And we saw the mother of that beautiful countess. They would go on believing that she was drinking the blood of people. Even though they saw the graves of her ancestors, they were keep on believing that she was that fearless countess who drank the blood of people. We have here other stories, numerous stories of the of our participants, because we are having tall tales contest, and it has begun. And before we start, I'm going to announce the number of our participants. I hope I will see them. Yes, I see them. And the first to participate is our president, the father, Yura Boychuk, then Tetiana Bilous, who is online, then Dec Cluskey, who is online, then it's Nataly Parubocha, then online Sergii Radchenko, then again online Iryna Strilets, Volodymyr Ukrainets, who is also surprisingly online. Having told all of that, yes, agree with you. Having told all of that, I see our bright agenda to call here our first participant. As usually at the contest, I'm going to invite the participants in a special order: the name, speech title, the title, and the name. And our first participant is Yura Boychuk. Yura Boychuk, Poroblema or we'll be cursed again. Poroblema or we've been cursed again. Yura Boychuk. The stage is yours.
Thanks. I was privileged to be brought up in one of the most mysterious regions of our country, Volyn. It's in the northwest part of Ukraine. And it's famous for its lakes, thick woods, and swamps. And whenever you are in a thick wood or in a quiet swamp, your imagination starts painting out some terrific pictures like a predator coming up to you in order to harm you, or just a foul spirit making you to stray away from your path. It's strange that this nature, as well as the myths, inspired famous Ukrainian writer Lesa Ukrainka to make up a drama called Lisova Pisnya, which became a base for a cartoon called, exactly, I like this audience, you know everything. And Volyn is such a region where visits to churches are easily compatible with the visits to some mysterious persons who can provide you some pieces of advice, who can heal you, and who can harm other people for money. What do you call these people? What do you call these people? Usually grannies, old grannies, who can provide you some advices, who can heal you, but at the same time they can harm. Yes, exactly, Nataly, you're right. You're right. And from my childhood, I had many stories that a witch can cast an evil eye and you will get sick. That witches can turn into a frog or a snake, and you should be cautious of that. You shouldn't let them into your house or into your barn. And you should be particularly cautious of the vicious nets which they install in some places, like two pillars, one backing one another. And I still make a detour when I see this construction. I just don't go straight ahead because I know there's going to be a net. But I took care, of course, and I hadn't met any witches in my childhood until one particular moment in my teenage years. So in 1990s, my family ran a business. They had some money, but suddenly my father and mother, they started to argue. They started to fight for money. My father wanted a new car. My mother tried for refurbishment in their house. And moreover, having some cash in hand, my father started tasting all types of alcohol he hadn't tasted in his teenage years. Mother was in despair. Taking into consideration that they were fighting with the father for money and taking into consideration his addiction, his newly acquired addiction, obsession with alcohol, he reacted unforgettably. He told, "Problem. It was a curse. We have to remove it." What did she do next? Can you guess? What did she do?
She went to see a witch.
Exactly, you're right. She even invited it to our house, and the witch thought it was a problem. It was a curse. It should be withdrawn. It should be removed. So it was a dark, rainy, wet October evening when this granny came to our house. She was an old lady with feeble and weak limbs, but something was special with her eyes. They were agile, full of energy, like devil's eyes. So she came to us and told, "Give me please a shovel, a spade." Father gave her a spade. She went out of the house to our yard and started excavating. Since it was raining, since it was wet, since it was dark, we couldn't get what she was looking there. But in 20 minutes, she came back with a shovel and with a bag in her hands. Then she showed the contents of the bag. And it was an unpleasant picture and a terrible picture. What was inside? Can you guess? Any guesses? Any other options?
Picture of the funeral or thing.
I mean, it's not a picture. It just there was something which. Okay, yeah, you are too close. There were bones of a human and animal. She had just excavated, and the witch confided that these bones had been used in a ritual to make the family fight until it is broken. But after her digging out these bones and making her own ritual, she told that the curse had been gone. From that point, my parents didn't quarrel for 3 days. And $100 was gone with the witch. So it was in my teenage years. And then I left Kiev and didn't pay much attention to these magical influences. But 2 years ago, I decided to go to my parents and to go by train. So I got on a train, found my compartment, and found an old lady there. We just started a small talk about Christmas, since it was a Christmas Eve, about weather, about the frost. And she asked me where my wife was. I reacted, "I'd never been married at all." She replied, "It was really strange." Yeah, and then she pulled out a pack of cards out of her bag. She asked me to cut them. Alex, please cut.
Just like this.
Yeah, just like this, yeah. So after me cutting them, she delivered a speech why I hadn't been married, why I faced some discontent, disappointment, and pain in relationship. So her story is the following. Okay, you're in your 20s, you're dating a girl. She was very serious. She had an intention to marry you. You were serious. You had no intention to marry. You were playing with her. She was really upset. She decided that if you wouldn't marry her, you wouldn't marry anybody. To tell her that I was shocked is to tell her nothing. She described the particular situation in my life. The granny added that the girl was in love, but I ruined everything. And for that time, I was harvesting what I had sown. She told that the girl made a ritual to harm me and never marry. So it was again problem. And in order to remove the curse, I had to stop. So what I ask, dating girls? Drinking alcohol. Since the ritual was made with an alcohol. Believe me or not, I was on an alcoholic diet for almost a year. As you see, you can meet these people with extra capabilities, with some extra powers, with some skills almost everywhere. I met her on a train. You can meet them also on a train, on a bus, among your neighbors, and even here in this room. Because this lady taught me how to use cards. And I can easily sort the things out in your life. I can tell you about your past, your current situation, and predict your future. So guys, you have questions after the meeting, $100 and everything will be okay. Thanks. Thanks.
Father, with a priest with a card.
Yeah.
An amazing picture. I love it. So we're not having the minute of silence for the judges because, dear audience, the judges are you. We are today just vote for the best participant, and we will send the form into our Telegram chat and into our Zoom chat. So please listen carefully, and please listen carefully at all to every participant to support them, and even to support the lady Toastmaster sometimes. Let's try it. And now we are having our next participant who is online. And by the way, the audience who is here in Kyiv, please listen carefully to our online participants to catch everything they are trying to convey to us through that virtual stage. And at the same time, at the same time, please, those who are online, listen carefully to us to hear what we are going to convey to you. Okay, our next participant. And after that, I'm going to switch off the microphone because it is the online participant. I hope Tetiana Bilous is ready. Tetiana Bilous, are you ready? Hi. So, let's meet her. Tetiana Bilous, once in Rome. Tetiana Bilous.
Sorry, Nataly. I see that we have a timer. It is Lesia. Okay. Guys, the story was happened in Rome. 3 women, I and 2 my other friends, we were running on a street in Rome and tried to catch her. 85 years old grandma Vaля. My first thought was, блуди її взяв. My dear Ukrainian friends, please don't translate this phrase in the direct way. This phrase has root from my village, Bilelivka, and it means to be under the impact of evil. The spirit of roving takes your brain, takes your terrain, orientation, ability, and you are lack of direction. My father said that when he was young, he also was attacked of this spirit of roving when he went to the Black Forest at the night. But my story is not about Black Forest. My story is about Rome. And it was started from Dublin when our Ukrainian community in Dublin decided to attend Rome as pilgrims to pray for peace in Ukraine this October. In our group, there was she, 85 years old Grandma Valia. I think that she is definitely the witch. Because in her age, she has the level of energy higher than I have. She likes to drink. She is ready to dance 24/7, and also always she wears makeup. We were in Rome approximately 1 week. But in the very beginning, we had a folk entertainment. Our game called Find the Grandma in Dark City. Because Grandma Vala decided to leave our hotel at night at her own purpose. And after 2 hours of your absence, all our group walked around the hotel, trying to find where she is. After these incidents, in her bag, there was put GPS tracker, and our team can control her 24/7. 6 days, we went from the one church to the other one and pray for the peace in Ukraine. And the last day, we have day 3 of church. And our group was divided for smallest one. And in my group, there was 4 women, including Grandma Valia and I. And we decided to go to the city center to enjoy the ancient culture in the eternal city. The Square Venice is fabulous. But you know that in the walking distance from there is the Trevi Fountain. When we came there, Grandma Valia come to me and said, Tanya, please, be slowly. I'm looking for a scarf. We enjoyed our ice cream because it was plus 30 degrees of Celsius, approximately 10 minutes. And then we realized that something went wrong. Grandma Valia disappeared. We walked around the Trevi Fountain, but there were thousands of people, and it was the best way to lose each other. I requested her location. And do you know where she was? She was in 800 meters from there. We 3 women ran to this place. I thought, the spirit of ruin takes your brain. But this place was empty. I requested to update. The other one was also empty. And it was repeated again and again, again and again. Suddenly I realized that all these places, they were shops with scarves. And she was taken, but spirit of scarf. We decided to stop our search and went to the nearest church. I asked Lord, please forgive me all my thoughts, all my words against Grandma Valia. And when we got to the entrance, we discovered that door was locked outside. 3 women inside in the church locked. In 2 hours, we had transfer to the airport. Panic! My thought was that maybe someone from us 3 didn't sincerely pray. But in that time, my attention was pulled to right. And when we passed the first room, in the second one, we discovered very narrow door. 3 ancient dead bolts were open, and we are in our way to home. Do you want to know where was Grandma Valia? We found her in the hotel. And when I asked her why, she answered me, do you know that in my age, I can do everything what I want. But my learning from the situation is that people said that wisdom comes with years, but sometimes old age comes alone. Thank you.
Thank you. Huge round of applause. I hear myself. I don't hear myself. Huge round of applause for Tetiana again. Thank you so much. And we are having our next participant who is also online. So I announce him and pass the floor to the online stage. So, Dec Cluskey, the old lady and the apples. The old lady and the apples, Dec Cluskey. The stage is yours.
Lily, Libby, Scarlett and George begged to finish trick-or-treating completely on their own in their street. Mummy said yes. Don't be too long, she called. Why don't we try the old house at the edge of the wood? It's creepy and scary, and I've always wanted to go there, and it's Halloween after all, said George. The cold little wind whipped by. Lily squinted. Yes, I can see a light in the window. Sure enough, there was a light. A candle in a dirty jam jar in the dank and dusty downstairs window. That cold little wind whipped by again. Lily knocked. A face suddenly appeared at the window, a thin old lady with straggly white hair. She was holding the candle in the jar and made her look yellow and gaunt and very, very, very old. Happy Halloween, the children said. The old lady smiled, a crooked smile, and asked, my name's Phil. Who are you? Tell me your names. Yeah, the cold wind whipped by. I have something for you, children. Lily and Libby were holding hands tight. Scarlett wanted to wee. Today I picked a basket full of the best and freshest apples. I hope some children might come and visit me. In front of the door, the old lady lifted a bony finger and pointed out the window. Yes, thank you. It's very kind of you, George shouted as he rushed out the door. Lily picked up the basket of apples, and the three of them ran after George. Back home, Lily quickly dumped the apples on the dining room table. They all shivered, and that little chilly wind whisked by again. I hope we got plenty of treats, Mummy said. The old lady in the house at the end of the road, she gave us a basket of apples, George said. Hold on. Nobody lives in that old house. It's been empty for years, Mummy said. Next morning, Mummy called the children to breakfast. What on earth were you thinking of last night? Leaving that manky basket of apples on the table. The apples are rotten, full of worms, maggots. But it wasn't there last night, George said. They were beautiful, they were red and they were green, they were polished, they were gorgeous. The apples were actually falling apart, brown and rotting, moldy, with worms and maggots crawling all over them, flies buzzing about. Disgusting! How did that happen? Scarlet whispered. Last night they seemed okay. George wouldn't let go. I have to find out. I have to go back there. You can come if you like as well. When they got there, the big sign said, "Keep out! Dangerous building!" The man with the yellow hat was standing there. He said, "Kids, that sign has been there for years. Are you blind? Can't you see it? Those walls are dangerous. The stones are falling down." And what about the little old lady? What about the little old lady who lives in the house? George said. Nobody lives there, little boy. Not for 40 years. We're here to chop down those broken out, bent old apple trees. If you came for apples, you won't find any apples here. George, in fact, the four of them sniffed and wondered why they could smell the sweet, fruity, delicious, fresh, red and green, beautiful apple. Ha, 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 ha.
Huge round of applause. Can I speak? We are actually expressing our gratitude. Thank you so much. And after that, if I can be heard well, I'm ready to invite here our fourth participant. You can't even guess who it is. Okay, the fourth participant of the Full Hills contest of Dnipro Hills of the year 2023 is Nataly Parubocha. Who am I? Nataly Parubocha. Nataly, the stage is yours. Thank you, dear Lady Toastmaster. Who am I? That is the question. The question I've been asking, some have been asked about for night. So they found me at night at the crime site. I can't be wrong, but I don't remember who I am. Just pretend you have gotten mad because you had been victim of a crime. I wish I knew who I am. I wish I knew who was that pile of ashes when it was a man. But I don't, unfortunately. Oh, someone's coming again to my prison cell. Hello again. How shall you address me? You mean, who am I? I don't remember who I am. And you are a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist, finally, they have invited a mental specialist to me. Mister, run away. Every one of you is running away as soon as I take off my glasses. Everyone in this police department, in this police office, is afraid of me, except for that detective, cynical person. I guess he has no soul. Why? Because he isn't afraid of me taking off my glasses. Or he has that piercing gaze. Just help him, though. Why? He asks me, who are you? I wish I knew who I am. What's your name? I don't remember. What's your surname? I don't remember. Why have you burned the victim? What victim? What man? I don't remember. Oh, he's coming again. Dear, hello again, dear detective. You came to beg me. Something new, he's begging me. The cynical person is begging me. Okay. You are asking me not to take off my glasses while speaking to the psychiatrist. Okay, then deal. Let him in. Hello again, dear Mr. Floyd or whatever, doesn't matter. Come in. Mm-hmm. How should you address me? You mean who I am? I still don't remember who I am. Not my name, neither my name nor my surname. What do I remember? Okay, take a seat and I will tell you what I remember. I remember some things from my life, even before it started. I remember me and many other green and really quick embryos in our mother's womb, eager to go outside to see this world. And that we felt it. We felt it, that cold place, and we saw our mother with her eyes shining, like mine. I'm going to scare you. Don't get scared. What else do I remember? Then we were took to the really dark and cold place. We were watered and felt even more cold. Where was my mother, you asking me? She was far, far away, shining. That was her job. She couldn't help me, so I had to break through that cold and unfriendly atmosphere by my own. And finally, I saw the light. I appeared in a really friendly environment with a beautiful nature. I enjoyed those warm days, sometimes rainy, sometimes sunny. I bloomed and I became as beautiful as my mother was. And I got as beautiful as my mother was. The truth and thoughtless hands came. Can you believe, dear Mr. Floyd or whatever, it doesn't matter. The thoughtless hands has come, and they withdraw me and others from that friendly atmosphere and draw us to the cold, spacey place and left us there alone. I had to stand that again. But I had a real soon. That young girl has come, and she saved me from that place. And she brought me to her home and left me at her cozy, warm kitchen. I was happy again, especially when that nice guy came to her. His eyes were expressing love to her, and he proposed to her, and she took me and held to him. And I began thinking of our life together. We're happy together and everything, but she got upset. She took me away. She ran away from that home, ran away from her home, didn't want to see her anymore. She was so angry at me that in her home, he just flew me to some kitchen garden he was passing by. But actually, that was the kitchen garden of a really kind fairy. She made me look very expansive and posh. You're asking me who I am? I don't remember who I am. Surname, I don't remember. Well, I remember that pretty young girl, Cindy, I guess her name. No, that's not my name. I was helping her and I was asking her. So, dear Cindy, when you are going to that reception to the ball, please get back after that by midnight, because midnight is my time. Fortunately, she escaped from there, but she left her shoe there. I don't care. And we escaped from that boring ball. And the last reminiscence I have. Children put me by the window. Their mother brought me home to defend them from the evil eye of their naughty neighbor who would attack their family from time to time. They were preparing. I was sitting by the window and listening how they were having fun and talking about All Saints Eve and eating something delicious, something delicious. And then that man came. His gaze piercing, was so dark, his intention evil. The children unveiled me. They unveiled me, and suddenly that pearl of ashes. What was his name? I don't remember, but I already remember mine. Bam, bam, bam. Him. And that's it. And having said all of that, I passed the stage. Oh, the costume, by the way. To our lady Toastmaster, Nataly Parubocha, who is ready to invite here our 5th participant. And it is going to be, since now we're having only online participants. And the 5th participant, pretty long speech name, so I'm ready to read it. The 5th participant is Sergii Radchenko. Everything turns out upside down. Everything turns upside down. Sergii Radchenko, the stage is yours.
Hold a minute, hold a minute.
I can start.
Yes, start.
Every night we drone to the bed, where dreams and sometimes nightmares are born. We catch the moon, who looks us from the window, and before that, the bloody sunset past the button for her. We close the eyes. We think about something about our own, and each rustle, scratch, slowly scratch us. The sounds make our hair down on end, and from shadows we want to hide from the blanket. Our hands and our legs are shaken. It's like a movie about the dead, and the calm is not the case. The sleep, no, it's not the easy. In my consciousness, we have the evil pictures, the evil sounds, and it's like the situation when we open the door and we meet the nightmare or monster, and suddenly we want to hide from him, and we know it's like situation when someone grabs our heels and we sitting near to the bed or dark room, and it's like a trip to our childhood. But what are you doing if you're a small boy for whom the bed it's like a home, but the time is come, and in the eve of the Halloween, Peter received all of his gifts, and the night is falling. He put on his pajamas and put on the lamp and sitting and read before he go to the bed. But suddenly the light is off. The rustle, screaming, and someone breathing around him, and his heart going to out on this chest from the hair. Father, 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 help me! Someone in my room! This is a monster! Father ran into the dark room, and he shook him. Peter, where are you? Are you all right? I'm here. Where are you? I'm by the bed. He approached the bed and saw the silhouette. My dear son, I'm with you. Don't be afraid. And in this moment, someone's hand touched to his body. This hand under the bed. Father, I'm here. He whispered. And in this moment, the insight came to his head. And the situation turned all upside down because he keep the fear. And he don't understand who touched to his legs, the monster or his son. And sometimes we keep this situation in our hand, not in the dark, sometimes in the light, and we afraid who is the real boy and who is the real I in this situation. Thank you.
Now I have something to stick my microphone on. Okay, the next participant is Iryna Strilets. My story, Iryna Strilets. The stage is yours.
Hi. Hi, oh my goodnesses. I would like to tell my story perfectly. And yes, I wouldn't like to stand up because, yes, ghosts and witches let me do that. Yeah, so I will be sitting. My story began from my childhood when I visited my grandparents. I actually do it twice a year, and I'm used to hearing really weird stories from my childhood friends. I don't think they're my friends actually, but these stories really sometimes terrify me. And yes, it began 5 years ago when someone told me a story about black big vehicle from the street. Yes, I didn't believe in that because they said me that this big black vehicle steal children, and I was like, no, it's not true. It's not true actually. No. And yes, every time when we saw these big vehicles, we really were terrified because in these trees in this little town in Ukraine were really small, and there were no people actually. And when we see these big vehicles, we were terrified because really this story about not machines actually, sorry, about cars who steal children, this story were really everywhere in this city, unfortunately. And I can't believe in that. Before I stopped seeing my friend's friend actually in our outside, we stopped seeing him, and it's really terrified me so much. And this city was really small, and actually I couldn't believe in that. But you know, this little sound, this little smiling face, I will remember for all my entire life. This this little shadow in this dark corner, I remember it. And I can't explain what it was. It was just a little giggling, a little shadow who destroyed all my friends' life, actually. Yes, no psychologist will help you after that. children won't be hidden, and they didn't disappear after that. But I remember, I still remember that, and I don't know how to explain it. And only one children actually disappeared from my surrounding, but I will remember, and you will remember. So keep in your mind that even if you're in silent, even if you're at home right now, this little giggling can be in your life. Just don't forget it. Keep in your mind. And actually, you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it. That's all.
Oh my, I'm afraid to come back home. Right. And now our seventh participant. Are you ready? Yes. We're now having everyone online. Volodymyr Ukrainets, new challenges. New challenges, Volodymyr Ukrainets.
Thank you, everyone. Can you hear me? Good. So, watching a particular film or TV series, have you ever wanted to change the fate of your favorite character? At the critical moment, a hero with superpower appear and save everyone. That was the case with my new fan fiction series, which was based on the Game of Thrones TV series, namely an alternative story of the Red Wedding. Just a moment. Yes, and it was in this photo, you can see the real story of the Red Wedding. Yes, the tragical story, which was set is with the death of all these three people, a tragical story. When I saw this episode, I decided to create my own story, which is called the alternative story of the Red Wedding. And it started with the fact that one of Ned Stark's sons, Nazario, during his wanderings, found a settlement of Cossacks and soon became their hetman. Soon his father was executed, and then he found out about the assassination plan of his older brother Rob, his wife, and their mother. And then Nazario gathered an army and managed to save everyone. So, thus, the war with the ancient family Lannisters entered into a new phase. But now we need to leave the Stark family for now and move to the King's Landing, the capital of the Kingdom of Westeros, to their enemies, Lannisters, wealthy family whose symbol was the lion. At that time, at the capital, they all waited for the news about the rebellion had been crushed and that the young wolf, that was Rob's nickname because he had a dire wolf, and his family were dead. But the letter which they received proved the otherwise. It turned out that not only Rob and his family were not dead, but also he has an ally whose army outnumbered their own several times over. The rumor had it that Cossack host has an army of 200,000 and growing. And they have their own fleet, which consisted of big ships, galleys, and small ships, chaikas, all were equipped with powerful weapons, cannons. After receiving the letter, the head of the king, a kind of chancellor or a king's right hand, Tywin Lannister, the head of the family, who was known as the Old Lion, dissolved the meeting, and he thought, how? I don't understand. Everything was orchestrated to perfection. And how did this damned Nazario Stark and his Cossacks found out about this? He understood that they were on the verge of annihilation and it should be done something. Now they need to send more troops to lead to the war against the Starks. There were a lot of whispers in the south, especially in King's Landing, about the Battle of the Twins, which was known as the Red Wedding. Especially the whispers were about the Lannister allies, the Tyrells, the second richest family after the Lannisters. Their symbol was the rose, and their representative, Marjorie, was to betrothed to the king, Joffrey Baratheon, and from an ancient family. He was known for his cruelty. The only one person who had an inner joy hearing the news was the oldest sister of Rob and Nazario, Sansa. Especially it was she who was betrothed to the king. But after their father was arrested and executed, she became hostage to the House of Lannisters. She only hoped that soon her brothers come and rescue her. But now let's move to the north, where I briefly recollect the events which took place there. After the Red Weddings, those who survived and the reinforcements from Cossacks' army rushed to Riverrun, the ancient castle of Catelyn Stark's king. The reason for such a rush was that Rob's wife Talisa had gone into premature labor because of the stress she had suffered. And then she and Rob had a baby boy. They were happy. Rob was over the moon. Finally, he had an heir. Watching them joyful and happy, Nazario was also happy for them, but in his heart there was sadness. You may ask me why. You will find out soon later. So, soon after that, a war council was made in Riverrun, and it was made with the decision to attack from two sides, to Highgarden, Tyrell's ancestral castle, and on Casterly Rock, Lannister ancestral castle. Soon after that, Talisa, Rob, and Catelyn decided to talk to Nazario because they saw how he eagerly persuaded them to attack on Highgarden. And they thought that maybe he had something personal for that. And then they went to his room where he practiced with his saber like this. And then he had a knock. Yes, come in. Oh, it's you. Rob, Nazario, we wanted to talk to you. We saw that how eagerly you persuaded us to attack on Highgarden. Maybe you have something personal for that. Nazario sighed and said, oh, I see. You calculated that. Well, please sit down. Yes, I have. It took place before I became hetman. I was in Highgarden once. There I fell in love with a girl who was so lovely as the love itself. And then he sung, the love of Hetman Stark was only 16 years old, and there is no one in Westeros who has such stylish manners, amazing eyes and mild nature, and Hetman Stark is drunk with love. There is one garden in the Lord's Park, the roses are blooming there, the roses are blooming there, they are blooming. And then Nazario said that he proposed to this girl, but she rejected him, saying that he only married the king and became their queen, and he had a grudge against her. So that's how the events turned out. You see, intrigued? But that is not over yet. So stay tuned for more announcements. Thank you.
Our Tall Tales contest is over, but we are not going to stop. Why? Because now we are going trick session. But before that, we are going to vote for the best speaker. And now in our Telegram chat or in our chat in Zoom, we are going to get a link where we can vote Telegram chat and Zoom chat, both. Three. We are voting for the 3 best participants. So the first place, the second place, and the third place. So let's take a minute for the voting. I'm also going to vote, and I will disappear from the stage for a minute or so. So take a time to vote. Everyone, please go to our Telegram chat and do that. Dear audience, have we done? Have you voted? Has everyone voted? Okay. Sorry. So our Zoom master sees that we have voted, and we are now ready to switch to our next session, and it is treat session, table topic session. And our table topics master or treat master is also online. What is that?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you know why
Yeah.
pumpkins? That's because of Jack Lantern, an Irish guy. What am I doing here? The Irish guy who made fun of everyone, even the devil. And when he died, his soul wasn't invited, neither in heaven nor in hell. So not to invite his soul into the houses, into the homes, people put those pumpkins to scare him. So do not have fun of devil, make fun of devil. You will have only pleasant journeys. And now we are going to have journey with trick or treat, and our treat master is Lyudmila Kush from online. Huge round of applause, and Luda, stage is yours.
Oh, hello, everyone. Do you hear me? Yes. Well, happy to be with you from the heart of Halloween or Samhain, from Ireland, from Dublin. And here, believe me, people know how to celebrate. People enjoy celebration, and it feels like everything is filled with that. That's why I'm the right person to be your trick-or-treat master for today. But we might have some new participants who don't know what is it all about. So first, I'd like to tell you the rules. Here at Toastmasters, we are practicing how to become professional public speakers. But on the other hand, we must be ready for impromptu speeches which appear in our life every day. So, table topic session, it's your opportunity within 2 minutes to make a perfect speech, a short one, which will contain the beginning, middle part, and the nice ending, will include your personal experience, be entertaining and fun, or serious, whatever you like. So, and the person who is responsible for time will be keeping track of your time 2 minutes is the maximum for your short speech. So be careful with that. And now I'm gonna get to the questions. I prepared questions connected with this date. So there are two variants of me. First, I will announce the question and see your hand up who would like to answer. Let's start with that. Otherwise, I'll be your perfect teacher and I will make you to speak, even if you don't want it. So the first question is, what do you know about the story of Halloween? What are some of the symbols? And do you think it is appropriate to celebrate it today? So, the story of Halloween, symbols, and is it appropriate still celebrated today? Waiting for your hands. Who would like to be a volunteer? We need a professional one. Maybe from the room or maybe from online. Hello. I don't see hands. So, guys, story of Halloween, who would like to be the volunteer? If someone would like, go to a real stage. We're gonna watch you. If no, I'll invite people. So, Nataly, Lesia, help me, someone. Okay, yes, Eric. Yes, welcome, Eric. Perfect first speaker.
Okay, I will try to remember the history of it. It had something to do, as I remember, was it All Saints or All Something Eve? It was related to religion in some way. There was like a harvest thing that went to, I'm totally making it up, basically, these little bits of knowledge, something to do with the harvest and something to do with religion. That I remember. So I'll talk mostly about what I can offer in terms of opinion is, should it be celebrated? Well, it's an interesting question because this is another thing in which we sort of have this divide now in the West on sort of some people that are more religious and that feel as though it's become too much celebration of what's kind of known as this pagan ritual, and it's taking away from religious celebrations. So that's kind of the divide of where it comes along right now. Where do we put the particular evaluation of that? Well, look, let's maybe not take it so seriously as what I say, have some fun with it. I didn't like Halloween for a little bit of time after I was young, since I will tell you that one time when I went out Halloweening, a bunch of kids kind of hung around with me, and I was the cute young one there. I was the youngest of the group, and I collected all the candy, and then they stole it from me at the end of the night. So I didn't quite like Halloween for a while after that, but then I just kind of come back around to it again. I say, just have some fun with it one day a year and don't take it so seriously. Thank you very much.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. Well, the second question, and I know the person who's going to answer. So, is Halloween celebrated in your country? How do people celebrate it? And do you personally like to celebrate Halloween, and why? So, I'd like to ask Irish guy, who now is in England. So he might talk about Ireland or England, wherever, but I think his speech would be just brilliant as his costume for today. Dec, welcome, please.
You were saying about the how Halloween. So, well, Halloween started very easily on the symbols and all that. Yes, yes, toothpicks were featured and hayricks. Yes, hayricks. You know, where we put a mound of hay like that. Now, in Ireland, you see, what we used to do was we used to get leprechauns. Now, leprechauns, if you don't remember, it started with the Favorig and the Gauloglig. Now, I'm going back into ancient times when they were forced underground. And because there was no light and very little food, they grew to be very, very little people. And they still grow underground. Now, what they used to do for Halloween was to grab these leprechauns and get the toothpicks and stick the toothpicks in their eyes. This was great fun. Of course, there was blood gushed from the eyes, which was marvelous. And then they used to collect that, of course, mix it with a little bit of the shenanigans that they call pochine, which is pure alcohol, and then drink it. And of course, when they drank it, everything got a little bit crazy. And they grabbed the leprechauns and they turned them upside down, put them into the hayricks, and set them on fire. Now, you may think in 2023 this is awful, but in those days it was great fun. It was marvelous. It was much, much better than going out and getting silly apples and polishing them and putting them in tins like that, and then putting water in, putting the apples floating, and then trying your best to get down and eat the apples. Now, that was absolutely stupid. Now, the toothpicks were much better. Now, I can tell you, when they had the fairies come along, I don't know how much time I've done, but somebody tell me what the time is, please, and tell me when to stop, because Irish people just don't know how to stop. We don't know how to stop. So I would suggest to you, get some toothpicks, get some hayricks, get some leprechauns, get some fun in your life. Fun in your life. Back to you, Madam Topics Chair.
Oh, thank you. Perfect. As usual. I think you have had your glass of leprechaun's blood this morning, you know. You sound like that. A bit drunk, a bit Halloween drunk. Well, thanks a lot. So we are moving to the next question, and it will be about your favorite magical story or creature or character in a book. So, if you could choose to be any monster or creature, I mean, not like Halloween costume, but in reality, imagine everything has changed and you must to pick up what magical creature you really wanna be. Not just for Halloween night, but for really long time. Yes, Volodymyr Ukrainets. Welcome, Volodymyr.
Thank you very much. Well, if you notice my virtual background, you may know, maybe you understand who I want to be. I want to be Godzilla, and not just because for tonight, because for the whole war. Because every time when I hear when something bad and Russian happened, when, for example, which is known now, the explosions in the aircraft in the occupied territory of Berdyansk and Lugansk happened, I always say it's Godzilla's work, because we in Ukraine, we have our own creature. We Ukrainians know it as Babovnyatko. I call it Godzilla, with his atomic beam, who is destroying the and the enterprises and the infrastructure of war of the Russians, bringing as a victory to our country. So that's why I want to be Godzilla. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Volodymyr Godzilla. And Babovnyatko sounds so gentle, you know, but it isn't. Really, it isn't. All right. Next would be a question about Halloween party.
I'm sorry.
Well, parties in Ireland started yesterday. Yeah. You
I would like to
also
say-
want to answer the question, Iryna?
Yeah, I would like to answer, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I would like to say that I need
Well.
to go in 10 minutes, so I would like to answer the question now, if it's possible.
Okay, nice. This question, which I'm gonna ask you, or previous one about magical creature.
This question you're gonna ask now.
All right. Well, nice, really nice. So, talking about Halloween parties, as I mentioned before, Halloween parties have started in Dublin yesterday. And I really had fun with some kids from our house. You know, they have kind of displays with terrible monsters. I'll send video to our Telegram group later. And I was feeling kind of, wow, it's a perfect place. It's so much fun, so much giggling. And, you know, sometimes people are having really, really good and really, really boring life. And Halloween, it's only one day a year when you can do, you know, the worst things you could have ever been thinking of. And I think it's kind of therapy. I really love it. Being an English teacher as well, I really love it. So, next question would be about Halloween parties. Are you going to participate? Have you ever participated? And what's the best costume you have ever seen or worn? Iryna, please.
Yes, first of all, I would like to say that yes, it is the third year when I will be celebrating Halloween, and I've started doing it 3 years ago when I did makeup Frankenstein, and I had photo session with my friend, and it was really nice, you know, to go outside tonight, just walking in the park with your friend, with this like terrible makeups, terrifying people sometimes, and it was really unforgettable emotions. And after that, I would like to do it again and again. And 2 years ago, I also did a pretty good makeup, and we even were, you know, such a head, devil head, right? With this lights, and we also went to the park tonight. It was 8, I guess. No, it was 9 p.m. And I was like 14 years old, and my friend was only 11. And yes, it was I really terrified. I was really terrified because we crossed, I don't know, we came across with some foreigners in our park, and they told us it is Halloween, right? And I don't know, but my friend was so terrified and by these people. And after that, she said me that no, I won't go out with this devil head, right? Yes, and I would like to say about my last one, Halloween party. Yes, I celebrated with my neighbor and it was also like a photo session. And I also noticed that in Ukraine, every year, for example, 3 years ago, it was really weird to celebrate Halloween in Ukraine, with my experience, I guess. But last year, a lot of people in the park really smiling at us. They really liked our appearance, liked our makeup, and even my grandparents now comprehend this party, this holiday. Yes, because some years ago they also didn't understand it. Yes, and now a lot of people in Ukraine, even older generation, understand this party and like our makeups, appearance. This is really funny for people. So this year I'm also looking forward to celebrating this party, to do a little, a really good makeup. And I adore this party because of this atmosphere. And I was grown up with Monster High movies. If you know this movie or cartoons, yes, I know. And I would like to say, all monsters are unique. Just be yourself. That's all.
Ludmila, you are mute.
I wish you a marvelous Halloween party, and I'm certain it would be like that. Thank you one more time. And now the last question. Well, the last question is for ladies. Okay, so ladies. All women are witches. More or less, believe me, all women are witches. So, if you could use a magic spell that would work properly, like a love spell on somebody, would you do it? Yes or not? Who would like to answer? So we are talking about love spell that would work properly. Witches, would you do it or not? Forget any, moral rules. It's about you and your love. You don't have to care about other people's feelings. Actually, don't. So, would you use it or not? I would like to ask Lesia Yurchishin to answer this question.
Luda.
Uh-huh.
Thank
Yes.
you for this question, and I really loved it because every woman, and I really loved it because actually every woman is a little bit a witch. But do you actually need to be a witch to make some love spell? I think that no. You don't need to be a witch to bewitch someone, actually, but to be a really witchy witch, that you can use your charms and your spells for something more crucial and something more important. Actually, I would love to be a real witch. Do you remember Margarita from Masters and Margarita? Azazello bring her a special cream that would make her invisible. And I would like to put that cream on me and go and smash everything, to crush everything. But I will not do it in Ukraine. I would do it in Kremlin. I would come to Russia, to Putin's house, and just like a window, as a witch, come into the glasses of the room and just break everything down. I actually would love to make everything crash it in Kremlin and to send the rain of meteors to just crash everything and smash everything that I would see there. That's really a witchy witch that she can do. Alex, do you think I'm cruel that I would like to smash everything?
If you want to smash everything, then probably yes.
What about if I do it in Kremlin?
Then no.
That's not. Okay, do you think I'm fair?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm fair. Oh, but then, what do you think? And I'm harsh.
No?
I'm reasonable. Well, do not afraid to tell a truth. Maybe I'm a little bit. No? Well, yes, I also think that witch is not that harsh because you can cast a spell and you will know about the spell only in 20 years, like Yura does. So for 20 years, he didn't know that he even spelled. It's okay to live with that. Yes, because witch, it's not kind of a Cruella that were mocking 100 Dalmatins, just little small puppies, and she was mocking that like at once. Yeah, witch is not that hard and not that cruel, actually. So if I would have a real possibility to be someone character, I would be a witch.
pressing everything in Kremlin and make spouse on vice. Just to pay attention. Madam
My
Toastmaster?
patriotic kisses and hugs. My patriotic kisses and hugs. Great, guys, great. Thank you very much. We must come to the end, have to come to the end. It was really exciting. And I wish every one of us still have fun with Halloween. Or at least don't be jealous with people who does it. Well, and practice your public speaking, especially if you come to go to a foreign country. Just approach people in the street and start a small conversation. People love it. Giving control to the Toastmasters of today, Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster.
Can I speak?
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear lady table topics master, dear lady treat master. Let's express huge round of applause. Okay. And we have a link, but we need to mend it somehow. So we will take a minute. There's another one. Okay. The second link, let's post it. Please vote for one of the speakers. We had Eric, we had Dec, we had Volodya, we had Iryna and Yura. Please vote for the speaker which speech you find the best. I'm voting just right now. Please take a few seconds for voting as well. Can everyone see that link? All right. And while you are voting, we are moving to our next part of the meeting. It's a very short part, but we are really going to have it. So those who prepared your costumes, guys, please get ready to demonstrate them for defile. So, these are the sons of people who died trying to track blanket into a cover. But our costumes have been created under more pleasant circumstances. And having said all of that, I'm ready to invite here one by one our participants who prepared costumes. And let us start with our online participants who we see. I see Dec. And I'm dying to hear what your costume means. So you have 20 seconds to represent it, to introduce yourself. The stage is yours.
I did actually get some leprechauns and got some toothpicks. And then I got a pitchfork and I got the leprechauns and I put them into the hayrick and set fire to it. But I think that this is not a costume. This is actually me.
So Halloween party is the time when we know the true nature of each participant. Please show me the gallery. Gallery view. Who do we have as well? We have Lyudmila Kush in her really nice costume. Who are you?
You know, as usual, nothing changed. I'm a perfect witch with a spider and a pumpkin umbrella. Really, I've got a cloak, but this is a really old medieval house, and I left it upstairs. Sorry, you won't see it, just in the photos. But I am a witch. It's not my, Halloween costume. It's who I am. And here in Ireland, it feels like that. So I'm a witch, guys. It's the truth.
Actually, show me the gallery view, please. Actually, in Kiev, it's also the ordinary situation that women are witches. Everyone knows it. So, we have Vova. Vova, I'm scared. Vova, who are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, now see, Godzilla. If you use nuclear weapons, and if you are from Russia, believe me, you will now see the consequences. So please, think twice. If used for those who dare to threat to us with a nuclear weapon, especially the Russian President Putin, because Godzilla will come to you and destroy you with his atomic breath. So here it is, behold, Godzilla. Thank you very much.
Thank God I'm not Russian. And I'm not.
Oh, yeah, thanks God.
Godzilla. Sergei, are you having a costume? Would you introduce yourself?
Yes, it's not a costume, but it's like some special host, some special monster from Odesa. It's like a Dracula or Frankenstein or something else. Because yesterday we celebrate the Halloween in our club, and also I create something else. But I like to dream. I like to paint my face with my wife, and I like this terrible face. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergei, and thanks God that some of our participants are online, and we are not actually to be terrified here. But now we are having some people here and with some images, and oh my God. And we will start with Cruella. Please introduce your cruel costumes here. Who are you? What are you? And what are you doing here?
Okay, I'm Halloween edition of Pro. Yeah, that's me. Microphone, I put it somewhere. I hope. Okay, in order to be Cruella, accomplish all this outfit, I create a pumpkin like a dog. But as a Cruella, I'm really cruel. I don't want to feed this dog because this dog will feed me. I will wash him, peel him, cut him, and bake in the oven for my supper. That's all. Please give me microphone. Father, would you forgive me? Would you forgive me after all my sins?
I will sing it for
The microphone is yours, and I disappear.
well, you better disappear since you've conducted some sins.
No,
No?
no.
That's
I don't know why.
really?
Yeah.
We'll check it later. I think you have to repent and confess to me after the meeting. I'm Padre Yuri, my dear kids, my dear children, and I'm here to make sure that no evil will affect you. I'm here to make sure that you will have no evil spirits in this room. Yes, I know that we have Cruella, but I will make sure that all bad evil spirits are kicked out from your soul. I'm gonna make your souls crystal clear without any sins with my cross and Holy Bible. You will be saved.
Thank you so much. We'll talk with you later. I'm talking about me. That's it. It's me. Pumpkin. And that's it. And I'm not sticking microphone to my costume. Why? Because I'm ready to pass the stage to our evil UAter, of the table topics session or of trick or treat session to our trick master, Lyudmila Lutsenko.
I love it. Evil.
Microphone.
Okay, I will start from our trick master, also Lyudmila. I like to she prepare her outfit and to explain where she now is located. Remember all our rules. What you can suggest, don't read question. I believe you remember all of them. First participant was Eric. I like Eric's background. It was personal story, sad story with smile on his face. But what you notice, you like touching your mustache and when they move from your face to your hands. It's not the best idea. I will pay attention to it, and you can move a bit from your screen so we see not only like your head but also your gesturing body. Second was Dec, was also prepared before and was still all here, all audience. And Dec show us good example how to entertain when you're online, because we can see his gestures and he played with voice, and was a really nice picture to see online. A third was Volodymyr. What you noticed, he answer really fast. I don't know about time, but it was fast answer. You can add some pauses, and you can ask audience about like guess whom I would like to become. And also when you see on your screen, I see that your like forehead was cut. I know it's Halloween, but just better avoid this. Fourth was Iryna. Also, when you perform online, it's best practice a bit move your camera so we can see your gesture, not just your like speaking head. What I noticed, you look somewhere like up and down, left and right, and you did not pay attention to timer cards. And when you perform a table topic session, better to choose one story and concentrate on it and develop it, not like jump from one story and another, but I like how you describe costume with the gestures and other. The last but not the least was Yura. The only person who here wasn't afraid of this stage. What I want to is like one point for improvement, like it's a hybrid format, it's a bit unusual for us. Like great until they let you speak because it was like overlap with the audience online. I like your gesture was cool story, very perfect one. Just do it, and how you develop it, how you describe it was really a nice story to hear. And really, when you accomplish this plan, just call me, and I for sure join you. And now I have to announce the winner of today's trick and treat session, and who you guess it could be. Should we announce it online or like? No, I'm gonna see. I'm probably gonna see. No, it's no. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. Wait a second. Okay, the 13th number might have been a super great at the Ukrainian schools, because we have 9, we have 12 grades, but we might have the 13th grade. And what about our numbers magic? Our time master, Alex Bogdanov, I think is ready to present his report. However, during Alex's report, please find the best costume link in our chat and vote for the best costume. Thank you very much. The stage is yours.
Well, yeah, thank you. Actually, my report is not going to be very long. We didn't have a lot of people who broke the rules, but we had some people who just really broke the rules. Well, first of all, should I mention those who broke the speech? I think we will skip those. We will only talk about the table topic evaluation in terms of time. So there were only 3 people who did who went overtime. There was Eric, that was I think Ludmila and Julia. But in case with Julia, she was the last one, and yeah, we just went with the flow, so I understand why. Volodymyr, on the other hand, was the shortest. His speech was only 56 seconds long. That's it.
Thank you so much. All right. Have you voted? Has everyone voted online? Please show me your hands like that. Who voted? Alex is voting. Have you voted for the best costume? Please vote for it, because now we are going to have an award session. 2 seconds, and we are going to know who's the best. Who are the best ones in this audience?
We have only one.
No, Ludmila, me, and Yura.
No. You're not.
Are you voting for the best table topic speaker?
No, it says please choose the best element costume. You have to scroll down. Choose the last. Say Nataly. Okay.
Can be. Please choose another link.
Okay.
Just a second, guys, and we will have results. Oh, actually, I'm trembling. I'm trembling to know who's the best one. Who are the best ones here? Who have the best costume? And who is the winner? Who are the winners of the Tall Tales contest? Like, can you see who has the best costume? Oh, tell me. I want to be the first.
Already more than 18 responses.
Okay. So, have you printed it?
Yeah. And also,
Are you able to come here? And everything. As you understand, today you have a very special role. It's I. I have all awards, and also I can tell you about all your prizes today. And I asked Nataly to help me with this awarding ceremony, and also someone to make a photo to us. Okay, take a picture, please, guys.
Yeah, take a picture.
Thank you so much.
So
what we're starting with?
Best costume or Tall Tales? What you want? What you want?
What do we want?
What do we want?
Let's start with Tall Tales.
Okay.
Tall Tales.
And in Tall Tales contest, we will have like 3 places. The first one, the second one, and the third one. And especially we have some special nominee. So we will tell you the nominee and the place if you have some place. Okay, so we will start from this nominee. What do you do about?
Best Cossack fantasy.
Best Cossack fantasy. This nominee.
This nominee. Do you know that? And that's for you. This beautiful witch.
Nataly, move to the left. To the left.
Here.
Yeah, to the left. And hold this kidney a little bit here, like this, a little bit up.
This is for you.
Yeah.
Mama, this princess is for you. Next time you come to the meeting, you will receive it. Try to get close to walk. Okay, congratulations. Who's next? The best imagination award. Who's getting it? Who's getting it? Who's got the best imagination award? Boom.
A lot of our participants had imagination today, but the best one, I think, was Sergii Radchenko.
Alex?
No. Up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. No, higher. Go higher. Yeah, that's perfect. Is that take your finger away? Come on.
Just, yes, take your finger away.
Yes. I went to the forehead.
Okay. It's yours.
Thank you.
Okay. The most frightening suspense. Ah, monstrous suspense goes to
also to Odesa, to Iryna Strilets.
Iryna, she's but yes.
We don't give her.
Yes. Serежа, pass Sergei one and Sergei another one. Please pass it to her. Here's another one. The most mystery and wisdom story. I don't know who that. I don't know who that, but I think this Papa will give you a hint. Where is that person who gets this prize? And this person is Tetiana Bilous. You know, she is here, but she. Okay. So next time Tatiana is in Kiev again, she will come back from Ireland to see us. And who's the next one?
And finally, we will go to the places. So, the third place in our totals contest
goes to,
and the nominee, the most touching story, goes to Yura Boychuk.
Trick or treat.
Has got the board.
Congratulations, Father, and remember that you have got that sweet. Yes, please remember me. Yeah. The next one is the second place to
the second place, and the most Jack O'Lantern story goes to Nataly Parubocha.
Thanks, her.
Maybe that.
Here she is. Here she is. I know where is her. Here she is. Oh, God. That's right. Thanks. Okay, that's mine.
Oh, sorry.
That's mine. And the first place, and it's beautiful. Beautiful. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's unicorn. Yes.
Who is the most attentive for today? Who is still without any places or without any nominees? Who is attentive enough? Yes. The first place in our total story and the nominee, the most scary story, goes to Dec Cluskey.
Unicorns in this pen are yours. Welcome to Kiev. Okay.
There have so many awards.
Yes, you have to be here to get them, at least.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let's do it again.
Just a little bit
It's-
lower.
It's my dearest wish.
Yeah.
It's
We
my
will
dear.
have to take a picture of all of that.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. It's my dearest wish to go to Ukraine to pick up
And
that.
and best costume award. The best costume award goes to
We have not one best costume award, but two best costume awards. I decided to do this.
uh-huh.
So the best costume award goes to Dec Cluskey and to Yura Boychuk.
Padre Yuri, that's for you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Jack and Yura and guys, you are the best. You are the best ones.
Thanks.
Don't go away. Dear President, thank you so much. Lisa, thank you so much. Thanks to our Zoom master, to our golden three Zoom masters. It's Lisa, it's Vadim, and it's Dnipro. Have fun. And having said all of that, I'm ready to pass control to our president. But before that, I'm reminding our potential speakers for the next meeting to address me and to tell me your speeches titles. And I'm saying all of that not as a plum king, but as a VP of education of the club. Having said all of that, I'm ready to pass control to our Padre president.
Yes, after your performance, you're already forgiven, my daughter, you're forgiven.
Thank you, Father. Yes, yes,
Yes.
everything.
Everything for me, everything for Padre, my children, my kids. I see that you will be forgiven. You will have crystal clear souls after this meeting. I did my job. I did everything for you to be forgiven and get to paradise later, of course. Yes, and I would like to thank all our participants from all over the world, from Ireland, Luda and Tetiana, Dec from England, and Nataly's mother from England, yes. Then our Eric from Cyprus, yes. Have I mentioned anybody? And special thanks to Odesa. It's perfect collaboration, guys. Thanks you. Thanks Sergii. Thanks Iryna. We enjoyed it. I hope it was a really fantastic experience. It was really a fantastic experience for us and for you as well. So, and I'm going to adjourn the meeting. So once again, in the name of the Father, the Toastmaster, in the name of the Son, Dnipro Hills Club, in the name of your Holy Spirit, your immortal souls, I hope you're all saved. Amen. Amen. Yes, most welcome to the final picture.
Line, which one us to take a
Final
picture?
picture.
So please, everyone come for a picture.
What about making screen of us? The gathering for final picture.
Trying to make sure people stand and we can make a nice picture.
Who can make a screen of others who are online? Vadim. Or Vadim is over there.
Can you hold on? Go to the left. Mike, to the left. To the left. That's hers.
So funny.
You can take another one.
Mike, I think you're going to
So, and all.
Oh yes, Vova.
Oh, let's say you have 4x3. Oh, just. Ні, все, забув.
You gave the phone to the picture. Okay.
And take us to.
Oh my God, yes.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's have фотографую.
One more time.
I took a lot of pictures, guys. Thank you. I think we're done with this. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Я тобі потім. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for